Wave your hands if you can hear me. I'm so excited to see you. I see so many beautiful faces on here. We have about 28 people on. I'm going to give it about 30 seconds. But for those of you who are jumping on here, if there's anyone new to Zoom, I mean, I don't pretend to think that anybody's new to Zoom anymore after the past year or two. But if you are new to Zoom, you do have an option to turn your camera on. It's great to see your faces. If there's something you're doing and you can't have your camera on, that's fine too. But I love connecting with you guys and kind of seeing where you're at. My name is Jodi Scheibe, and I am coming to you from, I usually say, sunny San Diego. I see Sally. Hi, Sally. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Michelle. But it's 5:30 Pacific, and it's pitch black here in San Diego. Right? How many of you are going crazy with this time change? Could you put in the chat maybe where you guys are dialing in from? I am in San Diego, like I said. I see, let's see, we've got 36 people on here. Awesome. Let's see if we can get anyone from Canada. We got Georgia, New Jersey, Houston, San Diego, the Bay Area. That's where I was raised, the Bay Area. Washington, Rockland. Oh, cool. I actually was raised in San Jose. Texas, Ohio. Awesome. Thank you guys for taking some time out of your busy lives to hop on this call tonight. Somebody who really cares about you and is excited about this ketone technology and what ketones are invited you to this call, and there is no coincidence that you're here. So thank you so much for your presence. We're going to go over what ketones are, how they work, how they can improve your life, how they can make you the best version of yourself. Oh, we got Idaho in the house. Woohoo! Awesome. So I am a mom of 3 incredible kiddos. I can no longer say 3 teenagers because my oldest turned 20. So I keep correcting myself for the past week and a half. I have 3 incredible kiddos. Raise your hand if you're a mom. Props off to every mom or dad on this call. Let me just give you all the props. I never knew it would be like this when I had kids. And about 4.5 years ago, at that time, I was, Brittany's face when Jodi said she has a 20-year-old. Yes, you're going to learn on this call how ketones literally can be that anti-aging juice. I'm just saying, right? About 4.5 years ago, I was familiar with the keto diet. How many of you have tried the keto diet? Let me just say, it is hard. It is hard. Props off to those of you who do it strict. Having 3 kids, working part-time at the time, I was one of those moms who was always chasing energy, like always chasing energy, drinking coffee in the afternoon, and then laying in bed at night, like at 3 a.m., literally trying to solve like all the world's problems. Can any of you relate where you're laying there just like, I can't sleep. And then the next day you've got that cycle of over and over just chasing energy. I thought, well, I turned 40. That's just where it's at. That's just what life is about. And I was sad about it because I felt like I was working so hard. I was working part-time when my kids were at school. Like I was doing that to help my family, right? And then I would pick all my kids up and be this just not the best version of myself, not what my kids deserved in the afternoon, snapping at them for homework, snapping at my husband to go do the late night sports pickups. I was tired and I just, wasn't feeling amazing. I tried that keto diet. It was difficult, but I kept hearing all the amazing benefits of ketosis, right? What ketosis means is that you have ketones in your bloodstream, right? So in the past, the only way to do that would be to do that strict ketogenic diet or to like literally stop eating, like you're fasting, right? Okay, I'm Italian. That's not going to happen. I was like, there's no way I can do any of that. And then one day I literally saw this mom on Facebook holding up a packet saying that she was breaking it open. This is what ketones are. If you've never seen them, they come in all different flavors, super yummy, all natural, gluten-free, vegan, no artificial colors. She's ripping it open, this powder. She's putting it in water. She's shaking it up. She's drinking it. Boom. She said she's putting ketones in her body. I mean, I was mind blown. I was like skeptical as can be. I'm curious on this call, if you've never drank ketones yet and you're just hopping on this to kind of learn more, please put that in the chat. I want to see who has never drank ketones. And if you are drinking ketones, please put in the chat what has been your favorite benefit. This will be really interesting. April has never drank them. April, your world's about to be rocked. I see Goldie on here. She's had an amazing experience. Someone's had it once or twice. Okay, well, this doesn't happen for everyone, but for me, the first day I ripped open a packet, just like, let me just try these. Let me see if they can really do for me what my friend is saying. Ripped it open, got to work, and I was like, holy cow, brain fog was gone. It was like a light switch went on. I was like, I feel amazing. Got home from work. The kids were being their normal teenage kid self, and I had so much more patience. I noticed I wasn't hangry in the afternoon. You know, that afternoon, oh, I'll just eat 2 chips and then it ends up being 20. That was kind of where I was at. That did not happen when I started drinking ketones. And then a couple weeks later, I noticed, holy cow, like I literally slept all night and I woke up to my alarm clock. First time that had happened in years. So the benefits of being in ketosis and having ketones in your body, you can see this in the chat. We're seeing energy all day, no more sleepless nights, no more brain fog. It's energy. It's better mood. For those of you on this call, let me just tell you, I'm glad my husband's not in the room, but he said, Jodi, I don't know what you were doing, but you are so much nicer this week. Like he thought I dented the car. He's like, babe, do you need to tell me anything? I was like, no. He's like, you're just like, you didn't lose it when the kids dropped the whole box of cereal, right, on the floor. And I was like, no, I just feel really good. You know, it's our body's native state. I see a nurse on here, so she can nod her head and attest to this, but babies are born in a state of ketosis. In fact, I heard this amazing, and I'm super geeky on the science of ketones because I wanted to find out why I had more energy. By the way, it's because ketones increase oxygen in your brain by over 30%. That's just a fact. That's science. But I wanted to find all this out. So I dug into the research on ketones. And actually, just so you know, there's so much research. These were funded by the Department of Defense. It's not some brand new snake oil. This maybe might work. This is a powder that's bioidentical to what your own body would make should you do a keto diet without having to do a keto diet. So we're talking shortcut. We're talking biohack, right? Like I live in San Diego and I can most certainly take a boat to Hawaii, but why would I when I can hop on a jet plane, right? It's like being able to hop in the car and go to the grocery store rather than taking your kid's bike and biking to the grocery store. So this is a biohack. I'd love to say it's this magic potion for fat loss, for weight loss. There's no such thing as a weight loss product. I'll be very clear for you, but you're going to see on this call how this packet, how pure ketones are the single best tool for fat loss that I have ever seen. So let me back up a bit. I mentioned I was working part-time when I found this product. What I was doing for work involved being in the supplement industry, in the natural health field. I had done that for over 10 years. I had seen everything that was out there. Everything that literally didn't work, right? That's where my skepticism came from. This legit works for men, works for women, works for young, works for old. If you can break it open, if you have an esophagus, and as one of my friends says, and you can drink it, you can put your body in ketosis for 30 to 60 in 30 to 60 minutes. And that lasts differently for everybody, depending on your activity. Some people drink 1 packet a day. Some people drink 2 packets a day. So I invited my good friend Janice Swift to share on the call tonight. She's had an incredible experience on ketones. But thank you, Janice, for being here. I'd love for you to share your story. But first of all, let me ask you, how long have you been drinking ketones?
Just a year now.
I feel like it's been like shorter than that because it feels like just yesterday, but then I look at you even on this Zoom and I'm like, holy cow, I hardly even recognize you.
Yeah. That's wonderful. I love it.
Well, maybe you can share your story, like what life was like before and what it's like now.
For sure. Yeah, before ketones, I was definitely a very non-energetic, love to nap anytime I possibly could because I couldn't sleep any more than 3 to 4 hours a night. So yeah, I was a very, and I'd gained a fair bit of weight. So yeah, so then I started drinking ketones and the energy was just phenomenal. And I was able to sleep through the night and didn't have to nap during the day anymore. And it all came together. And I've lost 80 pounds now.
80 pounds now.
80 pounds. So yes, I'm super, super excited. And it's 80 pounds of fat. That's the amazing part of it. It's not just weight. I can feel it. My body has transformed. I don't look at a scale the same way anymore because the number is not showing what I actually look like. You would never know that I was still 180 pounds.
I just like watching your journey. You're glowing. You look incredible. Yeah. And you and I both know, like, we keep hearing story after story of, first of all, incredible fat loss. And I'm just like going to address that elephant in the room because that's what a lot of people come to this conversation for, right? But I mean, yes, fat loss has been an incredible benefit for you, Janice, but what would you say is like your favorite thing about how you feel?
The brain fog has lifted, the sleep, the energy. Absolutely. It has changed my life completely. I'm just a totally new, revised person that I just didn't think that I would ever be able to be at. Ever.
I love it. And then you started to share them, and we're going to kind of go over how you can get free ketones, how you can share them, get them free, or how you can become part of our community even more. But thank you, Janice, for jumping on and sharing. You do look incredible. And I'm excited. I'm excited because I've been doing this for 4.5 years, and I watch people like a year in, a year and a half in, 2 years in, and you think it can't get any better, and it keeps getting better, right? I think when you put your body back in its native state and you fuel your body with a superior fuel source. I don't know, are any of you out there kind of into nutrition or geeky like me? I'm going to break it down real simply, okay? There's 3 macronutrients, right? Fats, carbohydrates, and protein. All of our foods fall into those categories, right? Now, I want you to think of ketones as a 4th macronutrient. It has a caloric value, it's 45 calories a packet, but that packet, the reason Janice has lost 80 pounds of fat, the reason she feels so amazing is because this macronutrient fuels her better than anything else she can put in her body. Anything else. And actually, it takes away cravings for carbs and sugar. This is how the fat loss starts to happen. When you literally are not owned by sugar cravings, you feel free. And I know this because I've been there. In fact, that was one of the things that attracted me to ketones. I didn't enter this conversation for fat loss. I entered it because I chased energy. I entered it because I wasn't sleeping well. I entered it because your 40s, you get some shifts in a lot of things, right? But I also entered it because I struggled with this relationship with food. I don't know, can anyone relate here? Where you're like, you feel the pantry calling your name at 9 p.m. You feel, the freezer calling your name, and you're like, oh, you eat it. And then you're like, why did I do that? Like, I just didn't have that willpower to stay away from some things I really wanted to make changes on. And, when I watched my friend Katrina talk about the fact that she wasn't getting into her kids' candy stash anymore, I was like, oh, I need that. I don't know if that would work for me. And then I single-handedly watched my husband of 23 years drop 30 pounds of fat without, quote unquote, changing his diet, but watching him for the first time ever not be owned by his cravings, watching him walk past the donuts and the croissants and all the treats at church and not grabbing one, watching him have a bite of our kids' ice cream and not needing a whole thing for himself. I mean, have any of you experienced that on the product? I watched him, instead of eating the whole pizza, eat 2 pieces and be full. It is literally freeing to have that kind of relationship with food, to have that kind of relationship, with what you're trying to achieve. So that is why ketones are the single best tool for fat loss. And I just want to address that. So a lot of people, they start out with our 10-day challenge. This is actually 20 packets. Some people do 1 a day. Some people jump right into 2. The person who invited you to this call is going to work with you and kind of find, everybody's body is different. I always encourage people, and right now our company is doing something really, really special. So if you're a brand new customer, whatever box you decide to come in with, I love this one because it has a variety of flavors. Who doesn't like variety, right? Has a variety of flavors, half come caffeinated, half come decaffeinated. It is not the caffeine that gives you energy, you guys. There's less than like the amount of caffeine in a small cup of coffee. What gives you energy is the ketones, the beta hydroxybutyrate, the BHB salts, the actual ingredient in the product. So some people start with 1, 2, or even 3 boxes at our intro price. And right now, if you're a new customer, our company is sending you 6 extra packets when you order. It's like trial kits where there's 3 in 1. I didn't hold up the right amount of numbers here. This is weird. I'm looking at it backwards and Sally's laughing. Math has never been my thing, you guys. So give me some grace. So you're going to get 3 extra packets in a packet, and then another 3 extra packets in a packet. So guess what? You can share with your best friend. You can share with your mom. You can share with your aunt. Because at Pruvit in our community, we actually have a free product referral program where customers and promoters can get free product. That's right. You share with 2 people and you can earn free product. You get it for free. It is amazing. So if you guys have questions as I'm going and talking about the product, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I hope we'll get to all of them. I love it. My hubby and I both have 0 junk cravings. I've never had to pay for my ketones, which makes it taste 100 times better. Amen. I can't tell you how many people I've recommended to the new restaurant that's down the street in my neighborhood, and I still haven't gotten a free appetizer. So, I mean, if you're talking about what you love, and let's face it, like free tones do taste better than ketones. Yes, free tones are the best. But let's face it, you guys, keto is like the #1 Googled health word still right now. It just is. Your friends have either tried the keto diet and they fell off, or your friends have wanted to and they said, that's not for me. Or some people can't even do a keto diet, just FYI. There are people, if you don't have a gallbladder, can't eat high fat. I personally do not eat a strict keto diet. I eat more low carb. If you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, if you're carnivore, if you want to do paleo, great. You can pair your ketones with whatever type of nutrition you want. So Carrie, great question. When do I take them? So one of the best tips for fat loss, I'll throw it out there while we're talking about our challenge kit, is to drink them in the morning. Wake up, shake up your ketones, and then wait till you're actually hungry to eat. This leads to something called intermittent fasting. That word is everywhere. Why? Because it's powerful. Why are people interested in intermittent fasting? Because it's when your body starts to produce ketones. These are powerful. So if you shake them up in the morning, first thing, you're not going to be as hungry. You're going to have energy. Wait till you're hungry to have your first meal. And if truly fat loss is a goal, pay attention to your body, switch out the burger for maybe the lettuce wrap. They are diet independent, so don't do all these changes. Just listen to your body. When you first start, you will see that these changes start to come. Benny, you have a great question. So there are supplements that are either water soluble or fat soluble. Okay. Water soluble substances, or like ketones, that means that you can't accumulate too many in your body. They will go to where your muscle, your heart, your brain needs that fuel. You could drink 5, 10 packets and you would literally pee out what your body doesn't use. You don't store it up. That's very different than like a supplement or a vitamin that's fat soluble, where you can get too much of that in your body. So water soluble, you don't have to worry about, unlike the diet, we're not forcing our liver to produce ketones. we are drinking them. So completely safe. There's so much technology, so much science around it. Pruvit.tv is our science app, and it's amazing. I am geeky, so I had to dig into that. But honestly, I was still skeptical until I drank them and put them in my mouth. So here's the thing at Pruvit, we have amazing coaching programs. Like, you start drinking these, get engaged in some of our coaching programs. They're all free. They're all free for you. You get tips, you get tricks on how to move your body, you get encouragement, you get information on some of our accelerated systems, like our 60-hour keto reboot. These are some acceleration programs to jumpstart fat loss, to jumpstart your metabolism, kind of like rebooting your phone. And you get information on how to hydrate properly. We have an amazing hydration product. We have a couple different, products. We have ketones with protein. If you're a big workout person, by the way, you don't need to work out to drink ketones. You just have to shake them up. All three of my kids drink ketones. My husband drinks them. My 81-year-old father drinks them, loves them. So definitely we've got some supporting products, and you're going to want to get with the person who invited you to this call and say, okay, what is that acceleration product for fat loss that Jodi was talking about? Or what was that thing about jumpstarting and rebooting your phone? And they're going to tell you about this kit that comes highly discounted when you buy these together. So, okay, so the cool thing about Pruvit is you heard about our product, you heard about our science, you hear that you can refer to people and get them free. But we have this amazing community. We're part of a community-based marketing platform where we get to have this ripple effect, this incredible ripple effect. My friend Katrina, she shared this product, this story with me through a Facebook post, or Facebook Live, I should say, right? I start drinking them. I start sharing them with my sister. I start sharing them with my mom. I started getting them for free. Then I was like, wait a second, my best friend's asking, I've got my neighbors asking, I've got all these people asking me. So I love that here at Pruvit, we also have a cool community promoter model where it's an opportunity to share ketones. Look, I mentioned before, this is the largest health movement we have had in, I don't even know how many years. And it's been, I think, 12 years since I've been working in the health industry. I've never seen a movement like keto, like intermittent fasting, like what people are talking about. You've heard it, fat coffee, bulletproof coffee. This all relates to ketosis. Being in ketosis is life. I just don't want to do the strict diet, so I drink them, right? So here we have this amazing community-based model program and the ability to help others and change your life. And you can also benefit financially, sharing something that you're passionate about. So as I started drinking the product, my friend Katrina said, you'd be really good at sharing these. You'd be good at what we do in this community and becoming a brand builder, becoming a promoter with our community. And I was like, no, no, I just want to drink my ketones for free. Just full transparency. No, that made me feel sweaty in my pits just thinking about it. I wasn't on social media. I didn't think that I knew a lot of people, right? I'm just a mom. I had been a stay-at-home mom, then I was working part-time, and I was like, no. And then slowly I started to realize, wait a second, people want what we have. People are literally asking me how I'm showing up to work with so much energy. People are asking me why I'm glowing. Because yes, ketones, they give you a glow up. That's the only, Melissa's going, yes, you know what I mean, Melissa, then. They give you a glow up. I'm 45 years old, been married for almost 24 years. I have a 20-year-old, and people are like, what do you do? Well, I drink ketones. They give you a glow up, right? So I slowly started to realize, well, wait a second, I would love the ability to keep talking and sharing something I love and actually help people. I have a heart to help people. I know a lot of us on this call have hearts to help people. But I also, just to be real, we weren't making enough money here in San Diego to pay our bills. We were in a position, my husband and I, where, we had chosen for me to be a stay-at-home mom for a long time, but we weren't making it. And everybody thought we were, but we weren't. And I didn't want to have to leave my kids all day, 9 to 5, to be able to make it and still live here. I have family here. I didn't want to do that. So when my friend Katrina kind of presented me the fact that there is a ripple effect, there is an opportunity financially to share these with more than 2 people, I jumped in. I jumped in because I was already talking about them. But before I kind of share my full story, I'd love to thank you for Katrina for hopping on. I see your face. I see you nodding. But can you kind of just share how you got started? And I know you necessarily, you were more skeptical than me about the product to begin with, because this mama who's a personal trainer, she's got a huge background in health and fitness. But kind of how you got started with our community. I'd love to hear it.
Absolutely. Hey, Jodi. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on. My name is Katrina Necaise. I'm in San Diego also. Super excited to share with you guys, although I'm always nervous whenever I have to share, so just forgive me if I talk too fast. But I'm a mom of 4. I live here in San Diego. Like I said, I homeschool my 4 kiddos. My youngest is 2, so she keeps me on my toes. I desperately need ketones every single day because I have a lot going on in my life, a lot that we're juggling. But if we rewind 4.5 years ago, when I heard about this conversation, I'd love to share kind of perspective with you, if that's okay. And really talk business with you guys tonight, because I want to give you food for thought. So when I heard about this conversation, you guys, I was in a different company. And I guess I would tell you that as a mom in a household with one income, my husband was the one working at the time, I was friendly to the idea of making money from home. Is there anyone else here who's looking for ways to make extra money? Don't be shy. That's a good thing. It's good to have that entrepreneurial mindset, and it's good to think towards your future and investing into your family or your goals. And so that's where I was at. I was looking for something. And has anyone else ever tried their hand at a work from home scenario with a company? Okay, so I had my fair share of trial and error, I guess you would say. As Jodi mentioned, before I tried working from home, I was a personal trainer, but I found out really quickly that those hours are brutal and I was not making enough money for the time that I was pouring into it, and it was exhausting. Once I had my 3rd baby, I knew for sure I wanted to homeschool, and there was just no way I was going to leave my kids. And so, I was trying different things to make money from home. And I was also selling things on Craigslist. I was creatively making money, okay? Finding ways to create income for my family. So I know we're shifting gears. We're talking about business here. I hope that's okay with you guys, but I'm just being transparent with you. When I found out about ketones, I saw a friend sharing on social media. I went to the website, and the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, that's so expensive, I can't afford it. That's what I told myself. And so maybe you're here today and you're telling yourself that same story. Maybe you're saying, I'm not worth it, or I can't afford it. That can be changed. And I'm here to tell you that I was able to totally change our financial outlook because of this opportunity. And like I said, you guys, I tried my hand at a couple other opportunities before this. One was a skincare company. You guys, I invested like $1,500 up front, didn't make a penny of it back, had one pity customer at the end of my first month, and literally like a puppy with my tail between my legs, I went and returned my kit. I was like, I suck at this, okay? All right, I'm being transparent. I hope that's okay. Then I found out about a health and wellness company. It was protein powder, right? Probiotics, vitamins. I tried my hand at that for 18 months. I made $45 my first month. You guys, I was not making big bucks. I was working my butt off. And so then I see my friend sharing ketones, and you heard everything Jodi shared. And all those things it just grabbed my attention. This is not a protein shake. This is not vitamins that you can go buy at your Sprouts. This is not probiotics. This is something I had never seen before, never heard of, and none of my friends had heard about it. I guarantee if you have some conversations with family and friends of yours after this call, most people have never heard about the fact that you can drink ketones and get into ketosis. We have bioidentical ketones, and they're the only ones in the market. So that excited me from an opportunity standpoint as soon as I learned about this. And once I drank my first packet, I was personally sold. So if you've never tried them, you need to drink them. Get some way, somehow, get a 5-day. That's how I started. That's all I could afford. But I'm so thankful that I did that because it changed my life. It changed my life personally and how I feel on the daily with my kids. But immediately I jumped in for the opportunity. I'd literally been drinking them for just a few days. You guys, I left my other business. I left that paycheck. I was like, this is it. And I grabbed the bull by the horns. And I'm just telling you, it was a rocket ship, and it has been ever since. This conversation is explosive. The people you know desperately need a solution. They're going to bed feeling crappy. They're not only feeling crappy about like their health, but they're feeling crappy about their finances. We have an answer for both of those things. And so, I mean, full throttle conviction here. I hope I'm not too passionate to freak you guys out, but I love this conversation. I love this business model. It is the best business model on the planet. Where else could I, as a mom of 4, create income like I do for my family? I'm just going to leave that with you. I don't leave my house. I'm texting people from my kids' sports games. I'm present with my family. I get to spend time with my kids. If we want to take a day off and do something on a Tuesday, we can do that. We have freedom in our lives because of this business. So when I joined, you guys, my husband had actually lost his job. We had been on unemployment for a year, so we did not have money laying around to invest. But what I'm going to tell you is we have an amazing promoter pack that if you purchase it, you can flip it out as trials and profit, not just make your money back, but actually have cash in your pocket quickly. And so what I did was I went out on a limb. I borrowed some money. You guys, I didn't have any extra money at all. We were broke. We had actually been borrowing money to live. And that was scary. I'm just going to tell you, if you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, I don't think I could do that. It was scary. It was freaky for sure. But I'm so glad, right? Hindsight is 2020. I did it. And I flipped out those trials, 5 and 10-day trials, texting friends, family members. Oh my gosh, I've been drinking this stuff a few days. I feel amazing. You would love it. You got to try it. And they tried it. You guys, they are all over trying 5 and 10-day trials. I made my money back in 3 days and I was profitable. I hit our bonuses fast. And you guys, I more than doubled my husband's lost income in my first month, which is almost impossible in any other company. I'm just going to tell you because I've seen a lot of compensation plans. So the opportunity is real. The income opportunity is something that can replace real income. But the beautiful thing is I've been able to walk through this with many people with different goals. Like Jodi said, we have that ripple effect. People come with different goals. I've helped people make $500 a month. I've helped people make $5,000 a month. I've helped people just get their product for free, have a couple happy friends, and just love life drinking ketones for free. So wherever you're at, whatever your goals look like, we can customize a plan for you. And we have an awesome system that works. So that's my story in a nutshell. I'm more passionate today than I was even when I got started. And Jodi, thanks so much for having me share.
I mean, it gives me like tingles because I love when you share too, because you brought me into this, right? You shared this with me. You were bold enough to tell me that I could do it too. So if any of you are sitting on this call and you're wondering, well, I don't even know if I could get free ketones, I'm telling you, yes, we help you do that. Us as a community, you don't do any of this alone. You don't order alone, you don't drink them alone. And if you want to start sharing them, you certainly don't share them alone. And one of the things that I wish we had Katrina 4.5 years ago is we actually have a new option to help people get started called Sezzle, where you can break your payments up for the challenge box. So you only pay a quarter of it and you pay it over 6 weeks with no interest. It's amazing. It's no interest, no fees, no nothing. You can grab that promoter pack like Katrina was talking about. We have a couple different ones that you can look at with the person who invited you to this call, and you can break up those payments, start flipping the packets so your friends can try them. Like she mentioned, selling them. That's all I knew what to do. I didn't know how to do this kind of business, but I surely knew how to ask my friend for their opinion. Hey, do you want to buy 5 packs and give me your opinion? because that's how I got started, and that's how I helped other people get started. So Sezzle is awesome. So if you're sitting here going, you know what, I've been on 3 of these calls and I want to jump in, but I just can't yet, or I just don't have that investment, you can now, because 3 days ago, we started launching this program called Sezzle. It's an option at checkout. So you can always get back with the person who invited you and say, what is that program Jodi's talking about? That's no interest, doesn't run a hard credit check, nothing like that. It's free. In fact, you earn $5 for signing up for the program too. And you can refer your friends to it. It's a great option. I'd just be remiss not to mention it, because look, when I started, I sold stuff on Craigslist too, like Katrina, but I specifically sold stuff on Craigslist just to buy my first packet of ketones. That's how curious I was. And that's how much financially my back was up against the wall. So, I just told you guys earlier in the call that I have a 20-year-old, and I never imagined that I'd be able to write that check for the type of university he's at, and that he's going to come out of college without having debt. Like, I never thought I could do that and still be home with my babies. Yes, they'll always be my babies. I know they're bigger than me, but I just never thought that there was that option, or even people who are working a full-time job, but wanting a little bit more, being able to take that vacation or take your spouse out to dinner or put new tires on your car. Like, this community and our systems, it solves so many of those, challenges. I wanted to put my boys in travel baseball. Any sports moms here? That is expensive. And we didn't do it for a long time, but Pruvit, the first couple months of sharing this conversation, I was able to put my boys in travel baseball, and we took our kids on our first ever family vacation that the in-laws didn't pay for and drag us with them. That, my friends, is huge. If you have in-laws you've ever traveled with, I'm just saying. So I'm super excited. I love talking about the business. Look, the product is amazing. The product works. The product, it doesn't matter how you take it, when you drink it, the product works for everyone. You can literally prick your blood and show you're in ketosis. That's a no-brainer. Where the benefits start to show up is a little bit different, because our bodies are all a little bit different. But I promise you, if you give this product 60 to 90 days, you will not recognize yourself. You will not recognize your life. You will not recognize your moods. You will not recognize your sleep. And you might have to get some new clothes. So commit to the product, commit to the journey, because like Katrina said, you guys are worthy. You do deserve it. And also lean into our community, whether you just want to be a customer, awesome. Whether you want to be a customer and get free product, lean into this community. I've never been around so many people who believe in me in my entire life. I don't know. A lot of us grow up in houses where we just don't have that. We don't have people saying, I believe in you. You've got this. I celebrate you. That's what this community is. Pruvit's motto is to help people become the best versions of themselves. What that looks like for you is going to be very different than what it looks like for me, right? And that's how we celebrate together. And we have the systems, we have the tools. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you have people that truly care about you. In fact, we do this call every single Wednesday night. So if you're sitting here going, you know what, I would love to share this with my mom, but I don't know how to explain it. Or I would like to share this with my best friend or my coworker. Guess what? We've got this tool. You can invite them to the same call every Wednesday night. Different people host it. Different stories are shared. You're going to hear lots of different things. And you could literally start to earn free product just by inviting people to this call. That's how simple this is. So there's lots of resources out there. Pruvit.tv is one of the best ones. And I just encourage you to try it. Everything comes with a money back guarantee. I say that for the skeptics because I was that person, and I'm forever grateful for this opportunity. You guys know I mentioned I was pretty much a stay-at-home mom, and then I worked part-time when my kids were in school for like nothing, because what kind of job can you work 4 to 5 hours a day and make big bucks in? Not any, hardly, right? Well, when COVID hit, my husband, his job of 25 plus years closed, like done, over. I see Diane's eyebrows raising. He lost his entire business, everything that ever supported our family, with no severance plan because COVID shut it down. So I get really passionate like Katrina, and the fact that there is like, we're in a new era, right? This isn't the time to like just think about the future. This is the time to do something about it. Things are changing fast in this world, and I'm so excited that we have an opportunity to work in the pockets of our day, or work it 1 day a week, or work it 7 days a week. It is what you make it. I'm so grateful that I was introduced to this product and the business and what it's done for my family. So yes, so much science. I love the science. Love it. All my day clothes are gone. Someone asked me, I'm going to leave you with this. So someone asked me the other day, okay, tell me though, what's a bad side effect of this product? And I'm like, okay, are you ready? They're like, yep. I said, you might have to buy new clothes. Oh, sorry, that you might have to just get new clothes after you've been drinking it for a while. Because, your body starts to shift. So, but more importantly, it's how your brain feels. It lights your mood. If you're sitting on this call and you want to be happier, drink ketones. If you're sitting on this call and you need to sleep better, drink ketones daily. If you're sitting on this call and you need some fat loss, drink ketones. It's that simple. So thank you guys so much. Please, please connect back with the person who invited you. They love and care about you. That's why you're on this call. Thank you for taking time to listen in. Thank you, Katrina, for sharing your heart. I'm so grateful you shared this with me. And thank you, Janice, for sharing your story. And we will all see you next Wednesday, same time, same link. Invite some friends. This is too good to not share, you guys. Love you. Have a good night.